Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. Look what I have out today. My favorite cabochon mold of all time. This is from littlewindows.com and it comes with this one. It comes with this really big one, huge cabochons, medium size. It comes with this template. So if you want to cut something out to fit, you got the templates here, so there's no guessing or tracing or anything. And also it comes with this amazing brochure, all in color, everything that you can do. I already did a huge tutorial on this and I went over everything, so make sure you go and watch that. I will link it at the end of the video if you have not seen that one. So today we're just going to make some, I'm not going to do all of them in here. We're going to do a couple varieties of UV resin jewelry today. I know I don't do jewelry very often, but I could tell on my channel that that's what most of you want to watch. These also come with it. If you are curing these in epoxy, these are little covers. This is what it comes in. So you have two of them. So you would fill these up with epoxy, excuse me, and then cover them over and let them cure that way so nothing gets in there. So I just wanted to point out all the little things. She's thought of everything when she made her molds. These are so clear, so you can cure them from bottom and top at the same time. They have the built-in frames, and some of the frames are flatter and some are rounded. So this is the rounded side, this is a beveled side, so you have all kinds of things to choose from. Today we're going to do a couple different things. So we're going to start with this one, and then we're going to move to these open bezels. So we're going to do a little bit of a variety today because I have so many ideas in my head. I just don't have enough time to do them all. I literally have like 35 videos already planned. It's just the time that I have to do. So we're going to make ocean themed for the first ones. And I'm going to show you two different ways because I have a whole bunch of different colored UV resins. And I wanted to show you two ways to do it if you don't have colored UV resin. So first of all, I pulled out two charms. And a lot of people ask me, where do I get my charms without the hook? Well, I don't get the charms without the hook. They all have the hook. All I do is snip them right off. I just take them off and if I need to sand down the little piece that's sharp, then just take a little nail file and sand it down. So I pulled out two of them, a seahorse and a turtle for these two. And then with your little nail file, if they're going to be sticking out, if not, I wouldn't worry about it. Let me get this out of the way. I don't really want to sand over my mold. So that one's good. I'll sand down his little head, even though it's going to be embedded in resin. I just don't want to be able to see where I snipped it off. So he's good. Let's just give him a quick wash down in alcohol. All right, so the first way, I'm going to wipe these out too, just in case I got some sanding stuff in there. Let's do this up here. So we're going to use these two right now. So for the first one, I just want to get clear resin in, enough to cover my little turtle and seahorse. So we're just going to squeeze a little bit in here. Try not to get bubbles. If you do, pick them out, pop them with a long neck lighter if you need to. I have this little tool, but I don't see any bubbles. I do see something. Oh no, that's not in there. That's somewhere else. All right, so what I'm going to do is submerge my little charms into that UV resin. I'm just trying to get them tacked down so they're not going to move on me when I do the next couple layers. And I guess I'll do them both upside down since I've already started that. Get them situated and then give them a good cure. I'm going to stick them under for 2 minutes. That's the lowest setting on the Let's Resin dual-sided light. Make sure your top and bottom light is working. If it's not, then you just open up your light. There's these adjustable sides. You have to have this lining up with the pins on the top. Otherwise, the bottom won't turn on. A lot of you did not know that and haven't been using your bottom light. So I'm just going to cure these for 2 minutes, and then we will continue on the journey. While they're curing, I'm going to show you how you can do your UV resin if you don't have colored resin. So I've just pulled out a couple of alcohol inks. I've got Let's Resin Sapphire Blue and Miracle Coup Sky Blue. I'm also using Pinata White. I've already did the white. I just put 1 drop in there. So fill those up however much you think you're gonna need. I'm just gonna redo them because I've already done some. I'm gonna put like 1 drop. Stir it up. And if you like the color, then that's all you need. Just keep it away from your light, otherwise it's going to cure. Like, see that section right there? I must have had it too close to the light because it started to cure, so let me get that out. And that looks pretty good for seawater. I might need a little bit more, so I better refill this. And I'm going to just add 1 more drop since I refilled it. So I want a light blue and a dark blue. Stick around to the end of this one. You're going to want to see the bubble effect that we get without making bubbles. Without making real bubbles, I should say. So this one, I think, should be dark enough. Let me make sure I don't have any cured resin in there. I don't think so. I think I need a little bit more though. Let me just squeeze a tiny little bit more. If you need to adjust your colors, then do it in here before you pour them into your cabochon mold. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do 1 more drop of each because I'm wondering if my effect is gonna be able to be seen through when I'm finished. So we're gonna do a bubble effect with the white. So you're gonna need your background colors, whatever blues you want. If you want turquoises or whatever colors you want, then you're gonna need white and clear. That's why I have 4 pots ready. And my light just went off, so it should be ready. But if you have colored UV resin, then obviously you don't need to go through all this. I'm just gonna pop surface bubbles. And let's get these out. Let me check. All right, they look good. They look good from this side. All right, I'm gonna flip them over so I know what I'm looking at. Let me move all this stuff so you can see what I'm doing. So I think I'll do 1 at a time. Let's do the easiest one first, which is the colored UV resin. And all I'm gonna do is do my light blue on the bottom. And I'm gonna leave a layer there that I can fill up. So I'm just gonna fill up this bottom layer, a small layer, because I need some space left for a little bit of clear. So I'm just gonna do the top dark blue, the bottom light blue, and if you want to combine them, now's your chance. Then pop some bubbles with your lighter. And then, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. I don't think it's going to move. So let's go ahead and pour the other one. So this is the hand mixed ones. The light blue and the dark blue. Just a small layer. I'm going to go ahead and mix these. And then I'm going to throw them in the light and we're going to cure them. All right, for the next layer, what I'm going to do, because I mixed my white a little bit too dark, I'm going to cover this with clear. You just want a milky white. I'm going to move it around and get it covered. And this is going to be a really, really cool effect. All right, so I'm just gonna mix up my white, drop some in here, and I'm gonna mix it in here. It's just because I put too much. It was literally 1 drop of pigment in here, and that was too strong for what I'm trying to do. Hopefully these come out halfway decent because I don't have a lighter white. So get your white mixed in. And I only need 1 drop in here. Cover the whole back. And then you're going to take your clear to get the effect. I'm going to do another drop, 1 more drop. Just get it mixed in real good. All right. That one's good. This one's good. Now grab your clear pot and something sharp. Let me just get rid of the bubbles. We're making bubbles, but I don't want those kind of bubbles. So you could use a silicone tool, a dotting tool. Let me use a dotting tool. I think it'll be a little bit smaller, or a scribe. I do like my scribes. Let me see, what do I have? We'll use a dotting tool because most of you have this. So you're just going to take your dotting tool. Oh, this was too close to my light. Hang on, let me get this piece out. That light goes far and wide. I need some more clear now. Sorry, guys. Didn't know it was curing. We're going to do this. This is the upside down way to do it. When we're done with this one, we're going to do it the right side up way and see which one we like better, because I haven't done it this way yet. So you're just going to take your clear resin, put a drop and a drop, and just fill up the back with drips to make your bubbles. And then we'll cure it. And we'll have this little bubble effect in the background. I usually do it in the foreground, which is what I'm saying. So we're going to do it in the foreground when we're done with this one. This is the first time I'm doing it in the background. But I wanted to see if we could do it with these little windows molds. And I also wanted the frame around it. So that's another reason I'm trying to get this technique to work in here, because it might be really cool with a frame around it. So you're just dripping your clear resin in there. Get that out of the way. Pop bubbles again. Not that you'll see them in the back, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and cure these for 2 minutes. And now we're going to fill the back up. So I pulled out Dark Blue by Lightwish and Black by JDiction. Let me just clean this one off. It's a little sticky. And we're going to make the frame. So I don't know which one's going to be better, black or blue, but we're going to try them both. So you're just going to fill up the frame and the back of the cabochon at the same time. And then we'll get it cured and pop them out and see what we're working with. All right, there's the dark blue. The black is more like a smoky, it's not really black, otherwise it really wouldn't cure. It's more like a smoky gray. If you make your pigments too opaque, then your UV light's not going to penetrate it and get anything cured. So, all right, let's cure these. I'm excited to see if it worked. I'm going to grab my other bezel and get ready for the next one. While that one's curing, I got my tape out. So this usually comes with your bezels, or you could buy it separately. And I have these. I'm going to pick the dolphin since we're working with sea life and bubbles and things like that. So I'm just going to put that on there and just take anything, pencil, pen, marker, whatever you have. This is my knife. Press it down really, really good, because we don't want it to leak. So I did fold these sides over so we can handle it without it sticking to us. And that should be good. Now I'm just going to wait until these are done, but I was just going to prepare, show you what I'm doing before it's time. Are you ready to see them? Let's pop them out of the frame first and push up from the back at the same time. Let's hope everything's cured. Look at that. You could see the bubbles through, but you can't see them through the top that well. So this is what my question was. So we're going to do it from top down next and see how much better that one would be. There was something in my mold. You got to be kidding me. Make sure your molds are clean before you start, because you will have little pieces of resin sticking to it. And here's the black. Let me grab a paper towel, something white behind here so you can see what I'm looking at. That's a little dark too, so I'm thinking top down would be better. Man, I wish that one didn't get messed up. I'm sure I can go around it with UV resin to clean it. Maybe. We'll try. Let me just let them sit aside for a minute. And let's do the next one. So let's do it from top down. And this one, we'll just use what I have mixed already, which is the alcohol inks. And I'm just gonna pour it into the bottom and squish it into those areas. And you can, you know, design and swirl and move it however you'd like. I'm just going to want to see which one looks better. And I'm thinking it might be this one. So get your... Okay, I'm just gonna mix it a little up, a little down. That looks kind of cool. Move my resin out of the way, pop bubbles, and cure. Not that the bubbles matter at this point because we're going to make some bubbles. All right, let me get that cured. While I'm standing here, I figured I'd show you what I'm doing because the side was messed up. I'm just taking some clear resin with this little silicone tool, and I'm just dabbing a whole layer around the whole thing, kind of like top coating it. This happens to be the flat frame, which was good. Otherwise, I don't know if that would work with the beveled frame, but it's working, so we're going to go with it. So I'm just going around this whole entire... to try to save this piece just for this one area that had a little something on it. That looks pretty good. I'm just going to stick it in the light, and we're just going to cure it a few times. I'm just going to leave it in here for a while. Let me just fix this one tiny spot, and this one's ready to come out at the same time. So we'll get this one out and do this from top down, like I said. I don't want to touch that. All right, so we're going to put our clear resin on. Again, because I mixed too much white. If you don't mix too much white, then go ahead and put your white mixture in right now. Just get it to the sides. And then I'm going to grab a dot of white. Get it mixed in. I'm just trying to avoid making a whole new batch. That's why I'm mixing it into my bezel like this. A little bit more over here. That looks really good. Now we're going to take our dotting tool in the clear and do what we did. Oh, I need some more resin. And just drip it in again. I guess top down is going to have a better effect than bottom up. It's just opening up the cavities so you can see the colors below them. You can do as many or as little as you want. I'm going to try to make them a little bit more random than in a row like I did. All right, and then we're just going to pop those bubbles I made. And once it's cured, I will go over it one more time with a clear coat. Let's get that done. And let me see if I need to do anything with this one. This one, yeah, I can go around that edge too. So I'll go ahead and get this one done while we're waiting. Look at that. Isn't that cool? You can even put, you know what I'll do? I'm going to put a little bit of crushed crystal in here. This is clear for the top coat. Let's put a dash of crushed crystal in just to get that water to sparkle. And I will do it with the tip of this, no more. It's all you need. Move that so I don't spill it. That is way more than you need, and it literally did the very tip of this. And that other one that I was just doing, that was the beveled one, so it ended up filling in. Oh geez, there's some cured resin in there. It ended up filling in the beveled portion, which it doesn't look terrible, but that's the only way I could have saved that one. So I did do that anyway. I'll show you when it's done curing. All right, so you're just gonna get this to the edge, and that is a wrap on this one. Make sure you pop any bubbles. It's nice and domed. And we will get this one cured. And then I've got another one to show you. All right, they're finished. So I just wanted to show you on this one, there was a gap where the frame was. So it did get filled in because this is the beveled one and it kind of flowed right down in there. This one did not do that. So that one looks really good. So all I'm going to do to finish these off, and if I was thinking, I probably could have used these also from Little Windows, are the hole makers. So I probably could have put those in there. If you want to drill a hole, you can. I'm going to just use a flat back bail and some E6000 glue. I'm just going to put the bail on and get it set. And that's all you need to do for these pendants. Just make sure it's centered and straight before you let it dry. That looks good. And then this one. And I do want to back coat the other one, just so it has a nice shiny finished backing. There we go. That looks good. That takes maybe 20 minutes to dry. And there's this one. Let's get this off. And we're going to give it a back coat of resin. A lot of people have trouble with this tape. I don't know why. I've never had an issue with it. Let me grab a piece of silicone just because I want to place it on something. And I'm just going to back coat this. I don't need the sparkle or anything in there. I just want to finish it off so it looks good. Get it to the edges, seal it in, and then cure it. And I've got everything ready for the next one. I think I'll do like a couple more with you guys, different kinds, if you want to stick around and watch the rest. That would be awesome. Different styles. I have something new I just picked up from Hobby Lobby. I want to try. I haven't done it yet in a pendant. So we're going to do that one next, but I need this silicone mat. This one is done. What do you think? It's subtle, but it's there. Can you see the bubbles? So the back is all pretty. So which one do you like better? Let's put them on here. From the back or from the front? Or maybe both of them. I could have put more clear in these, but like I said, just an experiment to give you something to play with. So let's move on to the next one. I'm going to actually move these out of my way so I don't mess them up. I have, from Hobby Lobby, these paper seashell looking cards, and it's almost like a cardboard. And what I did was I grabbed this one because there's seashells on it, and I cut out a round piece of that. The problem is I can't put this on the tape because the tape will just hold that paper down and not give it back to me. If I try to fill it like this, it's just going to leak. So my idea is to go upside down on this silicone pad and kind of tack this on the back with a little bit of clear. Where's my clear? Somewhere. Where's my clear? Oh, over here, out of the way. I think I'm going to tack it on the back with a little bit of clear just to hold it in place and seal that edge before I flip it over and fill it in, because I don't think this needs anything except to fill it in. And I have the crushed crystal in this pot too, so that might look good over those seashells. So I'm just trying to seal it in so it doesn't leak. We'll see if this works. I've never tried it before. I don't have time to test stuff, you guys, so you're my guinea pigs. All right. I'm going to fill the back up anyway, so let's just cure this. Hopefully that works. And then we'll cure up the front, or fill up the front, and then do the back last again. All right, so I've got that on. And we're just going to fill this up with the crushed crystal, and maybe this will be the simplest pendant I've ever made. Let's see if it leaks. I think I'm going to do 2 coats, just so if it leaks, I can get it in right now. And then we'll top it off nicely. Let's just get the whole thing in there. It is cured. Well, it didn't leak, but it looks like I have a bubble between the paper and... That's weird. How did I get a bubble there? We're going to fix that. So I think what I'm going to do is grab some sand. All right, so I grabbed some sand. I think I'm going to just make this more beachy and put... Let me think how I'm going to do this. Got a little tiny scoop here for my sand. I think I'll fill it up. Let's see if I can even fix this one. Can you even, yeah, you can still see it through that. So let's try the sand thing. I'm just going to take a tiny scoops and poke it down into the resin. Since it's seashells. And then maybe I'll take some of the white that I already have mixed and kind of make a little wave right there. I don't know. What do you think? Let's try it. Of course, this is too close to the light. It's really far away from the light too. I cannot believe how far that light reaches. I'm not going to use this one though. I need something really thin. I'm going to use my scribe. So that covered up the bubble. Let's see if we can make it look like we wanted it to look like this. Let's put some waves in here. And then we'll top coat it. What do you think? I don't know. I think it's a pretty good solution. Let's try to cure it. I'm just going to mess around with it down here before I turn the light on, because it was moving on me. All right, let's do one more coat. Not bad. I mean, I lost some of the the shell look, but we saved the piece this way. I'm using the clear hard type today, but if you're not comfortable with a thinner resin, you can use the high viscosity UV resin, and then it really won't move on you. It'll pretty much stay where you put it. So I'm just going to top coat this one last time, and then we'll do a back coat to cover all that paper. And see what we do. I've got one ready here. We're going to do something else. We're going to get out of the sea theme next. And this one is finished. So I went ahead and back coated the back. And here is the front. What do you think? Did I cover too much of the shell looking stuff? I don't know. I think it's kind of cute, kind of pretty. You got a little bit of sand, covered the bubbles, a little bit of wave. Anyway. All right, let's go on to the next one. Let me grab my stuff. So I have these open bezels that were given to me quite a while back. I haven't gotten to them yet, so I thought today is a good day, being Valentine's Day is coming. So this one has a little bow at the bottom. So we're going to do just a simple, effective, I hope, pendant with some pressed flowers for Valentine's Day. So I pulled out the flowers and some greens. Or, I don't know, these are so small, it's hard to get stuff in them. So first, before I do anything, I'm going to, let's just use normal resin with no crushed crystal in there. I'm going to just fill it up and place my flowers in. And we'll be working from the back up, what I really like to do, so I can see what I'm doing and what I'm working with here. So I'm just going to take some greens first and pull them apart so they can be our background. I've got a little bit of tweezers here. Just pull it off. These tweezers aren't the best. There we go. I'm just gonna place it in there. Probably two. Get it under the resin. And then I will do one with the little windows to see which one looks better, with the frame or with the bezel. So let's just get that one in here, and then we'll place a few flowers. These are so simple, but they turn out so pretty. And then, let's see, let's do, I don't like those tweezers. Let me find another pair. Let's try these. One there. Oh, I have a little pink one. I wonder if that would look okay. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Get that out. Of course, I'm touching the sticky part of the tape. Move that over here. Come on. I'm gonna try to flip it back over to get the lighter color of the flower. Gosh, I'm making a mess here. There, and maybe one more tiny piece at the top. Let's see if I could get one off. Poke it underneath your resin. Just make sure they're where you want them before you cure, since you have time to move them around. See how I just moved everything? Now I got to redo it all. because I want to see the greens and I want to see the red. Does that look good? Should I do one more? This is a really tiny one if I can get it off. Oops, it's so difficult to work with little stuff. I want it to flip over. Come on. There we go. As I move everything. There's a little floating piece I don't want in there of red. All right, I think that's good. Let's just get that cured. And then we'll put some crushed crystal in there. All right, it's cured enough. Let's just add another coat. I'll probably do 2 coats. One and then the top final one. That way I don't have to dome it too high. This is a very cute pendant though, with that little bow. Just gonna cover it and then get a nice dome on it. Let me move this way out of the way. I think I got resin there. I'm not sure, it must have leaked out behind the bow. I might have some trimming to do, we shall see. And one more top coat. And then I'll do a back coat off camera. And we will do the little windows one the same way. If anything, if you need to use the high viscosity, it would be on this final top coat, so it doesn't go over that edge of the bezel. I'm gonna try not to let that happen. It only takes like 1 drip at a time. That looks good, beautiful. Like the crushed crystal in there. Let me pop those bubbles. And I'll see you when this is completely done. This one is finished. Let's see. Isn't that gorgeous? So cute. Now between the layers, I took my drill, just this little hand drill, Let's Resin, that sells this. And I used it like a Dremel, and I went up here because it did leak out because this is not a flat bottom. So on the tape, it leaked below. So I used my drill and I went up underneath here and in here and just drilled out the extra resin. So that's how I fixed that one. And I did the back already, so it's done. So that one is complete. All right, so I want to do 2 more actually. My friend Casey, who sent me all these cool papers in a million different colors, I know she's been wanting me to put it in a piece of jewelry. So what I did, she's got a YouTube channel as well, CWV Artistry. I'll put the link in the description if you want to check out her channel. She's just getting started as well. But I cut out the tiniest piece. So I'm going to do 2. I'm going to do a flower one like I promised, and then we're going to do this one. So for this one, I cut it to fit on the inside because this is such a bumpy piece of paper. Oh, I probably should have used the other one. This is my high viscosity. I wanted to use a thinner one. I'm going to fill this up. And I think what I'm going to do is, I'm just afraid I'm going to get bubbles all over this because of the way it's, she used some kind of a paint on a paper that shrinks in with your heat gun. Don't ask me. I'm sure she will comment, but I don't know exactly how she did it. So there are no links I could give you, put it that way. But she sent me a ton of them. So many colors to choose from. So I figured let's try teal because so many people like teal. And teal looks pretty in a pendant. So I think what I'm going to do is just flip it over a couple times. Try to get this submerged. And maybe I'll let it sit here while I wait and work on the other one, just in case a bubble wants to pop up out of there. So for this one, Let's do a little bit bigger one. What do you think? I just got to get the resin off my scribe. Hang on a minute. This one we're working face down, which I don't like to do, but we're going to do that. So we're going to put some resin in there. Get those bubbles popped. Come on, get out of there. And trying to think. I've got this little flower that I like. Don't forget to put them face down, and the greens will go in the back. So I'm just going to get that in there. And maybe some of the same baby's breath in the red. I'm trying to stick with the same theme, although I have some white that might look good, but I don't think I have white baby's breath. It's so hard to work with gloves on. I hate this. No, those don't look good. Let me go see if I have any white. I found a little white one just like this red one I just used. Let me grab it. So I'm going to put that in the back. I don't know how this will come out. I haven't done one of these. I'm just going to submerge it like that. I hope we see the white. Now I'm going to put in a few, I don't know. I don't even know that we're going to see these, but we'll stick them in anyway. A couple little baby's breath. Oh, this is so hard. Let's put it at the top. You may not see it. And let's see, I'm going to grab this one here. I should have put this in first. Maybe I could squish it down below. Let's squish them down below. And then manipulate our flowers back over them somehow. I told you guys I don't practice this stuff. I gotta get that out. Trying to get this one up above. See, if I would have planned better, I would have put those in first. And this one right below. Put this one back in. Okay, goodness. Now for some greenery. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. Peek through the back. Let's do this piece here. Come on. And then a smaller piece. I did find some red diamond resin. Let me get that cured and that cured. I better recheck this one and make sure everything's good. See that bubble that came out? That would have not been good. Hopefully there's no more under there. All right, let's find out. So I pulled them out, I flipped it over, and there's one bubble in there. So I'm not going to finish this one because I can't fix it on this mold. It's not something I could fix, but there you go, Casey. It would have been pretty if that big bubble wasn't in there. So I'm not going to finish that one, but I will finish this one. So let's get that crushed crystal. I mean, you're not going to see it, but I already have it mixed. So let's just put it in. I don't want to waste it. Why couldn't the bubble be on the flowers? See, now that I wouldn't mind. Just gonna... And you know what else I'm gonna do while this is not cured? I'm going to try to squeeze... Oh, there is a bubble in there. Huh? One that's cured in there too. I'm gonna try to squeeze that red in that I found. Let me find what I did with it. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to go around the frame. I don't know if I have enough in this whole thing. to fill the whole frame and the backing, which I don't really want it in the back. I kind of just want it in the frame and then the back filled with clear. So let me just get this filled up without it going over. And this one has glitter in it. Let's see what this, see if it even cures this thick. And then I'll go ahead and fill it up when it's cured with the clear. Let me get that piece of resin off. Let's see. All right, I better cure this. Well, that side's not completely filled in. You could see it from the lip, that the lip doesn't have anything under it. That's where I'm filling it in. All right. Pop that bubble. And let's hope I don't ruin this one. Before I show you the final one, it's done. I used up my extras like I always do. So here's the first one. Let me grab a paper towel again. I keep getting rid of them because they're so dirty. So I put the rest of my blues, my crushed crystal, the white, and did this one here. So that came out cute. And then I was messing around and I did another one. So I did the bubbles behind it just to play around with the seashell and that. And those are the two extras. I will get pictures of everything, but look at this final one, you guys. Check that out. So I had one little bubble right underneath that rhinestone, which is why the rhinestones are now on there. So I just put the top and the bottom to match. Put a flat back bail on, but that is so pretty. I mean, it'll be transparent, but just so you could see it. The red cured just fine underneath there. The flowers came out good. They're a little bit 3D in there. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Let me know if you want to see any more jewelry videos. I have, like I said, a lineup of so many. Oh, what I got in the mail today while I was doing this is Let's Resin's newest mold. This is their angel mold. I'm not sure it was released yet. It may be by the time you see this get done. This holds 23 ounces of resin. So I am waiting on my deep pour to come in. So I'm not going to do this one yet because I don't want to use anything except deep pour in this big, huge thing. And I need to come up with a pretty cool plan for it. So stick around. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed today's video. And I will see you guys tomorrow. You all have a blessed day. Bye, everyone.